Interesting. Okay. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? I didn't realize I had to shoot the show right now. Y'all caught me in the middle of reading. That's right, I know how to read. And, oh, look at that. ESPN the magazine, man. Just got to catch up, and it's Drew Brees on the cover. Man, I think he has a pretty big game coming up this weekend. Maybe that's what I'm going to talk about. Because, I mean, what else is there to talk about? You got the AFC Championship game, the NFC Championship game. So, that's what we're talking about, baby. We're talking about football, the Final Four, so don't go anywhere. My opinion's coming up next, and it's going to be a doozy, folks. I can tell you that. So stick around. It's the Real Sports Rundown, so don't go anywhere. Roll the intro!
Welcome to the show where there's so much to be gained. Get ready to be educated and entertained. When it comes to sports, there's no fooling around. Here's Ryan with his Real Sports Rundown.
Alright, baby, well, I'm done reading about Drew Brees, man, and guess what? It is Super Bowl time. Almost, though. Only a few more weeks away, folks, but we got to find out who's playing in the Super Bowl. We got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New Orleans Saints. That is going to be one of the best games of this weekend. Actually, one of the only two games of the weekend, but it's going to be one of the best ones, folks. Let me tell you, it's going to be a high-scoring affair. You got Brett Favre versus Drew Brees, man. Brett Favre, the old man, getting it done, man. Say what you want about Brett Favre and his prima donna stuff. The guy knows how to play football, okay? He wins games. One of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game. I was privileged enough to see him play live, and I'm rooting for him to win that game and go to the Super Bowl. Now, on the other hand, you got the New Orleans Saints, man. I love Drew Brees, man. I liked him in Purdue. I liked him when he was in San Diego, man. I was kind of upset they got rid of him the way they did, but it worked out because Philip Rivers is a great quarterback over there. But now he came to New Orleans. Man, he revived that franchise. Let me tell you this, man. And now that city, after everything they've been through, man, they're looking good. They're looking strong. I'm rooting for them to go too, man. So who am I going to go with, man? It's a toss-up, man. I think it's just like these two teams are so good, it's hard for me to pick. Now, yes, I know I originally picked Philadelphia and the Chargers. Well, both my teams, they're out of the playoffs. It goes to show what I know. So, see, man, this is where I'm tough at, man. I love the Vikings. I've always been a Vikings fan, but Percy Harvin might be out of that game, and if he's out of the game, I believe it goes in favor of the New Orleans Saints. So, you know what? As much as I want to pick the Saints, man, I really, really do. I'm going to give the edge to the Minnesota Vikings, man. I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to go to the Super Bowl for the first time in a very long time, folks. And Brett Favre is going to go out on top, John Elway-esque, and then maybe he'll finally retire if he wins another Super Bowl. So we'll have to see how that goes. But, man, the fans in New Orleans are going to be great. It's going to be such a great game. That is one of the highlight games I cannot wait to see. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the game that pretty much nobody really wants to talk about, maybe not a lot of people want to see, you got the Indianapolis Colts versus the New York Jets. And let me tell you, man, Rex Ryan is running his mouth to no end, but it's not like he's running his mouth, he's giving bulletin board material, but I don't think that's his intention. It's just the way he is. I love the way he coaches. I love his mindset. He's not afraid to say what he wants to say, and, he is just doing what he wants to do, and I love it. I think it's a great thing here for the New York Jets that Rex Ryan is their head football coach. Now, Mark Sanchez is one of, I think, only the last 4 rookies. I think only 4 rookies have made it to the conference title game, and all 4 have lost. I think Sean King lost in 2000 for the Buccaneers. I know Joe Flacco lost last year for the Ravens. Ben Roethlisberger lost the year they went to the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. I believe that was in 2004, I believe. I can't remember the year. So, can Mark Sanchez break the curse? Man, I'll put it this way. I do not have faith in Mark Sanchez. I believe he should not have come out of the college early. He went to the Jets. I was like, there's no way. He started off good, then he started to falter. I was like, bye-bye, Jets. Well, guess what? The Jets now are in the AFC Championship game, thanks to Mark Sanchez and the defense of the New York Jets. You knew Rex Ryan was going to have a great defense with them, man, but the New York Jets, man, surprising everybody, even me, man. I never would have thought they would have beat San Diego. I really did not. I thought San Diego would have beat them down, but they didn't. And then you got Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. And, man, Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning. I mean, the Colts have not been dominant this year like the Saints were in going undefeated and stuff like that. So it's like, who do you pick? The Jets beat the Colts, but the Colts didn't have their starters in. But then the Jets beat the Bengals, who really laid down as well, and then they beat them again in the playoffs. I mean, can the Jets really defeat two teams that laid down for them to make the playoffs and then end up beating them both in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl? Man, it could happen. It really could happen. I mean, you got to think about this. What's the Jets' one lone highlight? It's Joe Namath running off the field, throwing up the number one finger. I mean, you don't really see that many Jets, franchise-type highlights because of that. All you know is Joe Namath. That's all you know about. So, who's going to go? As much as I don't want to go away from the Jets, man. I think they might be able to do it, but, I mean, you can't go against Peyton Manning, man. I see him every year when he plays my Texans, and you know what? I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts, man. I'm going to have two future Hall of Fame quarterbacks going at it. Peyton Manning versus Brett Favre in the Super Bowl, man. You got the Vikings and Colts. I think it's going to be a great matchup. Peyton Manning returning to Miami where he won his first Super Bowl ring. Can he do it again? Can Jim Caldwell become the first rookie head coach to win the Super Bowl? I believe he can. But, I mean, will he? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm not making predictions on the Super Bowl anymore because I got to wait and see who makes it. So right now my pick, Vikings win, Colts win, but not by much by either end, man. I think this is one of the greatest Final Fours in Super Bowl, in playoff history for the NFL, man, because it's so close on both games. You know what I mean? You can't really defer from either team. So it's going to be a great matchup, man. I cannot wait to go it. But, all right, that's going to do it here for football. So we're going to run quickly through this, man, because it's time for Quick Hits So Quickly, showing you the logo. Getting rid of the logo. All right. So, all right, folks, one thing we got to mention, Gilbert Arenas goes to prison, or not goes to prison, but he gets sentenced in March for his gun felony charges, man. This guy here done screwed up his life, man. Just like Plaxico Burress, when he shot himself in the leg, Gilbert Arenas, I understand, man, you're like, oh, you brought guns to the locker room, but really, this goes to show you how out of control the NBA is. I understand your stars. I understand you got people coming after you. You don't need guns, all right? Get a bodyguard, a guy that is licensed to have a gun. He will protect you. It doesn't make you any less of a man, so you don't need to do that. What's the point? There's no point to bring guns in the locker room, man. That was just stupid of you, Arenas. Very stupid. All right, supposedly the Celtics are interested in getting Nate Robinson, the little green man who won the dunk contest. So will that happen? I mean, what is it? The Celtics with Ren and Nick. They did it with Stephon Marbury, then they got rid of him. So now, will they get Nate Robinson? I mean, he's a good player. He can help them back up Rondo. So, and speaking of the dunk contest, let me paint you a picture. Last year, LeBron James. That's right. LeBron James last year on the mic, on TV, which was the dumbest thing he could have done, said, I'm going to do the dunk contest next year. I said, yeah, right. He's not going to do it. No way in hell he's going to do it. So guess what happened? He backed out. He's not going to do the dunk contest. See, now LeBron, you're a great basketball player. You're no Michael Jordan. You're no Kobe Bryant. You're great. You're one of the elites so far. But can you keep it up throughout your entire career? That's the main thing. But this is what bothers me. You knew for a fact you were going to do the dunk contest, so why the hell would you say it? Were you trying to hype up the dunk contest for next year? Then if you wanted to do that, why didn't you say that a couple weeks ago, a month ago? You don't say it a year ago and then all of a sudden back out. Why did you back out to begin with? Why did you even say it to begin with? What is wrong with you, man? You should have got into it. And it's even funnier that Shaq was like, man, you know what? The dunk contest should be done by Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, LeBron James, all the great dunkers, and then the charities, and they give them money, and some of that money goes to the Haiti Relief Fund. I think that was a great idea, but this is the problem. A bunch of those guys are in their 30s. They can't really do what they used to do. Vince Carter, greatest dunker of all time. I don't think he can still do what he did in the dunk contest that one year. I think it was in 2000. There's no way he can do that again this year. But, you got to let the new guys get into it. But, man, nobody cares about the dunk contest no more because it's pretty much a joke. None of the good names, none of the big names are in it anymore. So why would you care? So nobody cares. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it here for the Real Sports Rundown this week. It's a short episode, man. Nothing but football going on, man. So we got Super Bowl coming up in a few weeks, man. We got the games coming up this weekend. Cannot wait. My Houston Rockets did win tonight, though, against the San Antonio Spurs. Made me a very happy man. So go Houston, Clutch City, baby. Look at that. I even noticed that. The Houston Post. That's how old that thing is. The Houston Post isn't even around anymore. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for us here today. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy your time here. We'll see y'all next week. Everybody, have a great one. Peace out. See ya. Holla.
Welcome to the show where there's so much to be gained. Get ready to be educated and entertained. When it comes to sports, there's no fooling around. Here's Ryan with his Real Sports